The last time we saw our young Angels, they were playing the A's in the American League Wildcard round. Ryan Ward was the surprise of the series, getting 3 hits and 2 home runs in Game 2, and then added another home run in Game 3. But Francisco Alvarez stole the show in Game 3, hitting 2 home runs, including this walk-off homer in the 11th inning to send the A's on to the ALDS against Cleveland. Welcome back, everybody, to the Los Angeles Angels draft-only franchise. We just wrapped up the 2029 season, and I couldn't be happier as we won 90 games for the first time since 2014. And Derek Siddiqui was the American League Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, and MVP all in the same season. Just an absolutely phenomenal year for him. And Leandro Santana also settled in as our leadoff hitter, doing what he's supposed to do, swiping 70 bags as a rookie. Can't wait to see how he improves this year as well. And now it's time to get into the offseason. We have several veteran pitchers that are going to be free agents. We need to decide which ones we want to bring back, which ones we want to let go, and we also have to decide which one of our prospects in the minors gets added to the 40-man roster to join us for spring training. Ricky Garner is a lock to join the big club this spring. But do we also add newly drafted Ray Harvey too? He's already the highest rated second baseman on the roster, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to let him play as an 18-year-old rookie. And I also want to address the catching position. I have an idea how to upgrade the position, but it would require us to make a second trade, a prospect for prospect trade. I will get into that shortly once we get past the part where we re-sign all of our players. So let's get right to all of that so we can get into spring training action with Ricky Garner, possibly Ray Harvey, and possibly the catcher that I'm about to acquire via trade. And first things first, we do have some retirements that we need to show you. On the active major leaguers, up down here we have Robbie Ray, Jeffrey Springs, and then free agents Jose Altuve. He hasn't played for 2 seasons. Chris Bryant. He hasn't played for 3 seasons. Garrett Cole just sat out last season. And Zach Wheeler, who just sat out last season just like Cole. Nobody inducted to the Hall of Fame as well. And we have 5 exclusive free agents. Out of these 5 guys, I'm not bringing Ginkel back. I sent him down to the minor leagues. He's 35 years old. While he's not regressing badly, he's not under contract, and I don't want to sign him to a deal just to ship him to the minors. Jose Quijada really hasn't done much in his appearances at the major league level, and I think it's time to move on from him. Joe Jimenez, who actually did pitch well for us in the playoffs last year and in the regular season, he's 35, and it's time to go with someone younger. And David Fletcher's really regressing heavily at 35 years old, and he's been replaced by Denzer Guzman, and we'll just let him right off into the sunset. One guy I do want to keep, though, is Kevin Biggio, just for a 1-year deal. Make sure we have somebody at second base that has some experience. We're just going to offer him a 1-year deal at 5.1 and see if he takes that. And you can see right there, Kevin Biggio accepted a 1-year, $5.4 million contract. The rest of them all became free agents. And the game automatically released a couple of our guys in the minor leagues. I might go back and re-sign them, but we also might be able to replace them with someone younger. Guys up for arbitration this year: Bowden Francis, Eric Miller, Kalai Rosario, Luis Medina, Danny Young, Tyson Miller. We got a bunch of these guys. I'm going to go through, figure out which guys I want to keep, which guys I don't, and they will become free agents, and we'll move on from there. On our renewable contract, I'm pretty much going to go ahead and sign Siddiqui to a long-term deal. I might do the same thing with Rada. The rest of these guys, I'm just going to let them go. We'll sign them as they get closer. Same thing with Santana. He's not high enough overall. Need to worry about him at the moment, but we definitely want to get these guys in the 80s, these 2 here, signed to long-term deals. And Derek Siddiqui is going to go from making $780,000 to right around $28.5 million a year. No point in putting that off for a later date. We're going to go ahead and do it now. And then I'll get him signed through his age 30 season if he accepts this deal. And I mentioned in the last episode that we had a guy that I might be interested in trading for. This is a draft-only franchise, but if you've watched any of Fiend franchises draft-only seasons, you know that he has he makes up to 3 trades. I think I'm going to just limit it to 2. I think there's one more trade that I would like to make that our team really needs, and that is a catcher, a good young catcher. I haven't been able to draft one. We've been drafting studs everywhere else, and I think we're getting aged out at the position. And there's one guy in particular right here on the Padres. I know it lists him at first base. This is Luke Grace. And look at his hitting, 80 contact righties, 74 lefties, decent power, really good vision discipline, clutch. Good arm, passable defense otherwise. His secondary position is catcher. So I think I want to make a trade for Luke Grace. He's an A potential, 73 overall at 23. Move him to catcher. He is still not on the 40-man roster, which is a requirement. If you look at their second base position, they got a lot of age, not much beyond that coming up behind Luis Garcia. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade off Nelson Ling, who is also an A potential at 71 overall. See his numbers there, better against lefties than righties. And we have Ray Harvey now at second base. That's where I moved him. Moved Guzman to third base. And we'll ship out Ling. They want a little bit more. I don't mind adding another pitcher. I'm going to toss in this Jonas Mesa. C potential. Best thing about it is his walks per 9, but everything else is so low, it's going to take forever. So we're going to ship those two guys off. We'll get Luke Grace back and give them a young second baseman while they already have first base locked down, and give us someone that can go behind the plate, give us a much younger catcher than the rest of these guys. And I'll have to get rid of somebody to, maybe not. I think I dropped somebody already, but we may end up losing Connor Wong as a free agent at some point, and these guys just haven't really developed. Keegan's already 29. He's going to start regressing, and Fuentes is still at least 4 years away. So we're going to make that deal, and worst case is Grace can move to either play outfield or first base or DH and go from there. But that's the move we're going to make, and that'll greatly improve our catching position. And Nelson Rada, we're going to offer him $69 million over 6 years. Try and lock him up as well into his through his age 30 season. And a huge trade here. The Mets get Christian Campbell from the Red Sox, and they trade away Junior Caminero and Clay Jones. But wow, that is a head scratcher there, trading away Caminero for Christian Campbell. And Cubs get a new closer in Cade Smith. And Dylan Cruz gets traded from the Nationals to the Reds for Joey Weimer and Christopher Doe. And all of our renewables have been re-signed. All of our arbitration guys have been re-signed, not going to arbitration. And we actually put Ray Harvey on the 40-man roster. He is going to spring training. So is Ricky Garner. And we got Derek Siddiqui to sign that 8-year, $228 million contract. We also got Ryan Ward on a 1-year deal, Gavin Cross on a 2-year deal. And where is he? Right here. Nelson Rada, 6 years, $68 million. So everybody has re-signed. Paul Skeens signs with the Mets, 8 years, $337 million. So he goes to New York, but he doesn't go to the Yankees. Wyatt Langford goes to the Cubs on an 8-year deal. And now it is draft lottery day. You can see the Diamondbacks were the only team that lost 100 games last year, but got a whole host of guys, 9 other teams that lost 90 games. We're sitting in spot 22. And we have no chance at the lottery, so we'll just quickly simulate this and see who gets the early picks. And the Rangers jump up 6 spots to go to number 3. The Cardinals jump up 7 spots to go to number 6. Nationals, the big losers, they drop 4 spots. But Diamondbacks still get 1. Twins still get number 2 in next year's draft. Ryan Kerkering leaves the division and now goes to the Yankees to be their new closer, or at least setup guy. And you can also see at the top of the page there, Nico Horner signed to play second base for the A's, as Zach Geloff is leaving as a free agent. The A's also lost Tyler Soderstrom, Edwin Uceda, Brenton Doyle, Max Schumann, and Brent Rooker. They might bring some of those back, but that's a lot of guys out of their lineup. Mariners lose Ian Happ, Ryan Helsley, Ryan Kerkering, and Brian Wu. Rangers, we know they already lost Wyatt Langford, also lost Jonah Heim. And the Astros, Shane Bieber goes, Brady Singer goes. That's pretty much it for them. A lot of changes in the division. And now it's Rule 5 draft day. I'll hop in here real quick, see if there's anybody that we possibly want to acquire, especially in the bullpen. And if not, we'll just go right on by and get the rest of the offseason simulated out. And I didn't find anybody that I wanted to add to the roster in the Rule 5 draft. So now it's time to just sim out the rest of this offseason, get us into spring training. Hunter Green goes back to the Reds on a 3-year deal. O'Neal Cruz gets traded to the Cardinals. Reds get a couple of prospects. Jeremiah Estrada goes to the Cubs. Brian Wu goes back to the Mariners on a 5-year deal. Jared Jones goes from the Pirates to the Padres. Andrew Abbott goes to the Mariners. There were a few trades in the offseason. Dodgers got Sawyer Gibson-Long from the Mariners for Matt Olson. So now Matt Olson is in our division. They also traded Bobby Miller to the Orioles for Enrique Bradfield Jr. Yankees signed Emmett Sheehan. Diamondbacks signed Brenton Doyle. Padres get Geraldo Perdomo. Brandon Pfaadt goes to the Red Sox. Mason Wynn to the Rays. Jonah Heim to the Mets. Devin Williams to the Dodgers. Zach Gallen to the Blue Jays. Shane Bieber to the Reds. Now we have reached spring training. You see our rotation. 3 young guys with Siddiqui, Bremner, and Lorenz. Odin Francis, Tony Gonsolin, George Clausen, Luis Medina, Richard Duke. They're all going to spring training. Those guys are going to compete for the last 2 spots in the rotation. Sean Espinoza, had to add him to the 40-man, so he'll pitch as well, but I expect him back down in AAA. He's getting close to being Major League ready, though, but he's also aging out as a prospect. Luis Alfonso, despite being a 78 overall, has a low walks, low pitching clutch, low control. We're going to send him back to AAA. Hopefully get that improved. I also moved Freddie Sykes and Anthony Drake from closers to relievers. We can put them in a setup role. Each has issues like low control or low pitching clutch, and let them work on that. Down in AA, where the margin for error is a little bit bigger, Abe Vento is going to be our AA closer, although he and Aguiar may end up flipping spots, and Foley's going to be in his last year with us before he becomes a free agent, and then we'll flip over to Daryl Boovie as our closer after this season. Catcher side, Connor Wong, 33 years old. He's just going to go back down to AAA. Luke Grace, Jose Herrera, Dario Laverde, Dominic Keegan. We got 4 guys for 2 spots. Grace is going to be our starting catcher regardless. So it's between Herrera, Laverde, and Keegan for that backup catcher role. First base, bringing back Moda and Ward. Second base, we have Ray Harvey, Kevin Biggio at second base. I put Harvey on the 40-man roster, and he's going to go to spring training and see if he can win a starting job. Otherwise, he'll be going down to the minors. And one thing I wanted to show you, look at his ratings right there. See that? And look at Jeffrey Franks. They're pretty much the same player. Franks had a little bit more power coming out, and he's played 3 years in the majors, so you can see where he's progressed. But this is the model for Harvey, what we're going to have him look like. So Franks won a Rookie of the Year. So I am not opposed to having Harvey come up and possibly win a Rookie of the Year this year as well. So he would give us another bat to put in a lineup in the middle behind Edgar Moda. Guzman is going to start at third base. Spinellis is probably going to get shipped back down to the minor leagues. Made and Lofton will be at the major league level, and Rodriguez will go back and start at AAA. Santana is our only left fielder on the 40-man roster, and he's going to play DH. We'll have Ryan Ward or Gavin Cross or Garner or Rosario. One of those guys play left field. Rada is going to be the starting center fielder. Like I said, Cross will either be backup or he'll be left field. And in right field, we have Garner and Rosario, and Garner may end up getting some time at third base as well. Just kind of see how the spring goes. But Rosario does better against lefties. Garner is about even, a little more pop against lefties. But I'm going to let these guys battle it out. And the game won't let me add third base as a secondary position. So we're going to have him play third base down in the minors. I'll just give him third base as a primary and outfield as a secondary and see how that goes. And we can use him at both at the major league level or ship him down to AAA and let him start every day down there and see how he does. And I'm going to do something different here in spring training. I am going to take out Tyler Bremner, Derek Siddiqui, and Freddie Lorenz. I don't need to see them pitch at the major league level in spring training. All it can do is really wreck them if they have a bad spring and make them lose. So we're going to throw in all of the guys that are trying to fight for those last 3 spots: Francis, Medina, Gonsolin, Duke, and Espinoza. And they're going to be our 5 starting pitchers in the spring. Might affect our win-loss record. Don't really care. I want to give them as much opportunity as possible. And then on the bullpen side, I already moved Daryl Boovie to be our setup guy. And you can see our 3 starters down here. They may get a little bit of action, but I don't want them to regress at all. So we're going to make this a true competition, and all 5 of these guys are going to get a nice, healthy dose of spring training. And then our batting order for the spring will be this. We're going to permanently move Moda to 3, Made to 4. And then we're going to put the rookie Ray Harvey batting 5, playing second base. Luke Grace, that great 80 contact. He's going to bat 6th. He also has 69 clutch. Ricky Garner, going to put him in left field, start spring and see how it goes. He's going to bat 7th. Clyde Rosario is going to drop down to 8. And Denzer Guzman is going to bat 9th, playing 3rd. Against lefties, Rosario jumps up to bat cleanup. Rada goes to 5, Harvey 6, Grace, Garner, and Guzman. So I want to get these rookies in, give them as many at-bats as possible, and see how this team plays. And real quickly, before we get into spring training, I'm going to take a look at our budget for this year. Revenue has jumped up to $258 million because we made the playoffs last year, and we have $49 million available. You look at the numbers, we signed Siddiqui to that long-term deals, making more than Moda and Made, but he won MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year. He should get paid a little bit more. Tony Gonsolin on last year's deal at $15 million, and we'll have to pay that whether he's at the major leagues or down in AAA, and then he'll be a free agent and he will go bye-bye. Rest of these guys down here, Medina got 1 more year arbitration left on him, and Biggio will probably leave as a free agent at the end of the year. Jason Foley will leave, and maybe Tyson Miller, maybe Johnny Brito. And the one guy that's going to get the benefit of that $15 million that we're paying Gonsolin is going to be this guy right here, Leandro Santana. He's going to get a huge bump, and Daryl Boovey may as well, since he'll be moving into the closer role. So all of that said, we're still going to have close to $40 million to spend beyond what we've already spent. And before we get into spring training, one more thing. You can see on the right-hand side, we are ranked 10th overall in the majors for our roster as we head into spring training. With the number 5 pitching staff, we're ranked 3rd in speed, 6th in contact. Still need to bring that power up. Same thing with defense, but that is a huge jump from last year to this year. I think we were still around 25, 27 at this point last year. So our team has improved greatly, both through experience and adding some more young players into the organization. You can see exactly how that's spread out. We have the number 1 first baseman, the number 5 shortstop. Starting pitchers are 12th, and you can see we've made great strides. Still have some room to go there at third base, but hopefully the additions at catcher and second base will bump those up as they progress. Welcome to spring training action here as we start the 2030 season. Gate Palm Field, where the Mariners come to town to take on our Angels, Tarek Skubal against Bowden Francis. And while the Mariners have added some new players to their team, we surely have added new ones. There you go, Edgar Moda with the flex. He's our dude. On the mound for us today, I said Bowden Francis trying to work his way back up to the majors and get one of the last 2 spots in the rotation. And we're going to focus today mainly on Ray Harvey. See him down there hitting 6th, playing 2nd. Luke Grace hitting 7th and catching, and Ricky Garner hitting 8th and playing left field. We're going to show those guys all of their at-bats for the day, nobody else, and just get through. I want to show those guys a majority of the action for spring training. We might jump in one of the pitchers. I haven't quite decided yet, but I really heavily want to focus on these 3 batters as they try to make the opening day lineup. Luke Grace is going to make the lineup regardless. I just want to see him in action. And Ray Harvey and Ricky Garner trying to start the season at the majors, not in AAA. Yes, I put an 18-year-old on our 40-man roster and invited him to spring training. So let's quit talking and hop in and watch some gameplay action. Top of the first inning, Ernie Clement leading off. And the 1-2 pitch from Francis. Cole Young, their shortstop. There's his numbers on last season. And Young hits one to first. Moda throws to second for Made. Back to first. 3-6-3 double play. There we go. Julio Rodriguez steps in the box. He hit 40 home runs last year. Their big bat in the lineup. He's there, Edgar Moda. And Julio Rodriguez up. Nobody on. 2 out. Top of the first. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. A shot into right field. Down into the corner. Rosario misplays it. It's going to send him all the way to third base on a triple. That'll bring in the dangerous Cal rally with a man on third and 2 out. See, he hit 37 home runs. 77 home runs by those 2 guys. Man on third and 2 out here in the top of the first. Cal Raleigh with a full count. Here's the pitch. Yeah, high fly into right field, and Rosario's going to have it for the third out. There we go. Tarek Skubal on the mound for the Mariners. They've already played one game this spring. This is our first game. And now Ray Harvey steps in for his first pro at bat at 18 years old. Runner goes, strike, throw down, and safe is Rada, who walked. Rosario struck out to start the inning. Rada walked. Now he stole second base. See the replay of that. Really good jump. Kicks it into another gear and just gets in. Ray Harvey, first pro at bat as an 18-year-old rookie. Down in the count, 1-2. Rada at second with 1 out. Skubal's pitch, fouled it off. Reset again, man on second, 1 out, 1-2 pitch, inside, ball 2. And Harvey's got the count even at 2. Man on second, 1 out, and here's a tapper to short. Rada goes to third, throw to first, and Harvey's just out. Man, he almost beat that out. Move the runner to third now with 2 outs. That'll bring in another rookie, starting catcher Luke Grace. We just traded with the Padres to get. Swings through that first pitch up and in. See Grace, he can play first base and outfield as well. Great contact, kind of limited power. Luke Grace with an epic at-bat here. He's fouled off 4 pitches in the at-bat. It's full count now. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball 4. So he was down to count 0-2, works a walk. And that's going to bring in Ricky Garner, our third rookie trying to make the starting lineup for opening day. We've seen him at AA and AAA. And first pitch swinging, he's going to pop that up in the infield, and the third baseman going to come in, and he'll take that to end the rally. But there we go. We got to see our 3 rookies all in 1 inning. As we go to the third, it's scoreless. There's a ground ball to second base. Harvey's got it. His first chance, and throws to first and gets him. So flawless defense by Garner and Harvey that inning. And Ray Harvey with another chance here in the top of the 5th inning. Another flawless play there by our new second baseman, hopefully. And Bryson Motts will be on the mound here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And first man up will be rookie Ray Harvey. Grounded out his first time. See if we can get his first pro hit here on camera. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Motts. Strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Harvey. It's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman snags it. Throws from foul territory and easily guns him down. Great play there, and that's the first out. And that'll bring in Luke Grace. Walked his first time. Epic battle with Tarek Skubal. Grace down to count 1-2. He's fouled off 3 pitches. Mott's trying to put him away. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball to first base. Snagged by Lowe, and he steps on the bag for the second out. And that'll bring in left fielder Ricky Garner. First pitch swinging last time. He popped out on the infield to third base. Like he cut those locks just a little bit too, a little bit shorter this year. Garner down in the count, 1-2. Mott's trying to finish him off and the inning. Here's the pitch. Me a pop fly into right field. Racing back shy of the track to right fielder. He'll have that, and that's the third out as we go down 1-2-3 here in the 5th. And Jose Rodriguez will come in to pinch hit for Harvey in the 7th to end his day. And Luke Grace will come up for his third plate appearance of the day. He's got a walk and a ground out to first base. Still looking for his first pro hit. First hit at the major league level. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Johnny Knowles. Ripped into right field, and it's going to drop in front of the right fielder. And there we go. We get to see Luke Grace get his first hit as an Angel. Take the ball the other way. There you go. Be pumped. Good job, boy. Good job. See the replay. Just goes with the pitch and drives it to right. And I'll bring in Ricky Garner. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out. 1 on, nobody out here in the 8th. And here's a shot past the first baseman into right field. He's going to get his first hit at the major league level. Ricky Garner's first spring hit. First hit with the actual Angels team. Here's the replay. Takes the outside pitch as well. I love the guys that are spray hitters hit to all fields. Helps the batting average. Leandro Santana would drive in Grace with a single, and that brings up Edgar Mota with 2 on and 2 out. He's already hit a solo home run last inning to tie this game at 1. And the 0-2 pitch to Mota ties him up and strikes him out to end the inning, but the Angels take the lead 2-1 as we have singles by 2 of our rookies back-to-back to start the inning. And Jason Foley would come in and get the save as the Angels win on their opening day of the spring 2-1. Tyson Miller the win, Johnny Knowles the loss, Foley the save. We got to see hits by Luke Grace and Ricky Garner, still waiting on the first one from Ray Harvey. And Ray Harvey still looking for his first spring training hit. It's going to come up in the top of the 4th in this game against the Cubs. He's 0 for the spring so far. Man on first, 2 out, heading to count 2-1. Here's the pitch from Bubic, and it's going to be a ground ball up the middle, base hit, and there we go. Ray Harvey gets his first professional hit on camera. Glad now that all of our 3 rookies got off the schneid, got their first hits. And we have 8 games left in spring. I will get to some more gameplay action for you here in a second, but I want to catch you up on some stats. Jesus Mate leads the team with 20 hits, 10 runs scored, hitting .317. Denzer Guzman hitting .315. Edgar Mota, 3 home runs, 9 RBI. Look at Santana's driven in 10, but he's only hitting .213. Ricky Garner hitting .271, 1 home run, 5 RBI, 2 steals. Guys down here struggling a little bit. Rada and Luke Grace. Jose Rodriguez trying to make the team. I don't think it's going to happen. Ryan Ward continuing his playoff hot streak. Gavin Cross struggling. Ben Ellis fighting for his major league life. Probably not going to happen. Biggio struggling as well. Lofton. See these guys down here at the bottom. Dominic Keegan trying to stay in the major leagues as a starting or backup catcher, and that's not working for him. And poor old Ray Harvey has 2 hits and 39 at-bats, hitting .051. I'm not too worried about it. He is clearly the best hitter that we have at second base. Really good defense, great speed. And I'm probably going to ignore this number and let him come up to the majors on opening day. And if he struggles in the month of April, we can send him back down to AAA, get him going again, and go with Biggio at second base, but Biggio and Lofton. But I want to see what he does at the major league level. A lot of these spring training games, they jump around between pitchers. You don't face the same pitcher twice in a game in the first half of spring anyway, so I'm not too worried. Pitching side, Tony Gonsolin trying to hold on to that number 5 pitching spot. Richard Duke struggling. He's probably going to go back to AAA. Bowden Francis, Medina, Klaas, and all these guys trying to get that one of those last 2 spots. And Espinoza is going to go back down AAA. And these guys right here, I've just been bringing them in the middle of the game, let them pitch 2 or 3 innings. Freddie gave up a home run the one game that kind of screwed his stats, but Bremner and Siddiqui are doing great. And on the bullpen side, looks like only Johnny Brito is struggling. And yeah, so we are 11-8, only 2 games back of the Dodgers for the best record in the Cactus League. We will get into some more gameplay here, and I will show you more of Ricky Garner and Ray Harvey and Luke Grace, and wrap up this spring training so we can get on to opening day. And we welcome the Brewers to town. See, our record is only 1 win better than them, so another shot at our guys. Going to see Garner and Grace and Harvey in this game. And on the mound, George Klassen having a really good spring, trying to get into that pitching rotation on the major league level. And we're going to pick things up here in the bottom of the first. Brewers just got an RBI single in the top half to take a 1-0 lead. Ricky hitting .271, just 1 big fly so far. And Priester works the count back to 3-2. Here's the pitch to Ricky. And low, ball 4. There we go. We get our first base run of the game with a walk to Ricky Garner. That'll bring in Luke Grace. He's only hitting .212. He's got very high contact, especially for a rookie. Takes the first pitch for a strike. See his numbers for the spring. He'll develop power later on. And Grace down on the count 0-2. Priester trying to put him away. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss in the dirt. And that's strike 3. Runner on first. Batter's automatically out. And Kalai Rosario, Guzman singled after the strikeout by Grace. Rosario with a 3-run shot. We're up 3-1. And Ray Harvey coming to the plate. All right, Ray. Ignore that 0-51. Start at scratch. Take strike 1 right at the knees. He's having a rough first games as a non-high school player. What do you expect? 18 years old. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Priester. And it's going to be a rip shot to short past him and into left field. Base hit for Ray Harvey. There we go. Need to get that bat jump started, give him some confidence. And Leandro Santana follows that with a 2-run shot. It is 5-1 Angels. And we hop to the bottom of the third. Edgar Mota was hit by a pitch. Made forced him, so now we have 1 on, 1 out. Ricky back up, drill walk his first time. Takes a strike right down the middle. Counting on him to play great defense. Give us more power bat in the lineup, especially against lefties. Down a count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Here's a shot into right center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Made's rounding third, and he's going to score easily as Garner goes into second base on his way to third, and he's in with a triple. There we go. Opposite field power for Ricky Garner. Drives in Made, makes it 6-1. Good guys. See this replay right down the middle. A little bit of late swing and drives that pitch to the deep part of the ballpark. And no question, Made was going to score, and Ricky decides to take third right here. Never stops, never slows up, and slides in safe. Now bring Freddie Peralta in from the bullpen to face Luke Grace. Man on third, 1 out. Takes a first pitch for a strike. Time for Grace to get an RBI here. He's got a pretty good batting clutch rating. And the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a little flare in the right field. That's going to drop and be an RBI base hit for Grace. There we go. Up to 7-1. Every one of our guys has gotten a hit so far. Love it, love it, love it. See the replay. Just takes the outside pitch, protects, and just shoots that little flare over second base. And the Brewers respond with 4 runs in the top half as Clausen has to go and Sean Espinosa is going to come in and pitch in relief. Now it's 7-6. And a 3-run shot by Alonso as they put up 8 in the 4th. Now Ray Harvey's going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Went from a 7-1 lead to down 9-7. A turn of events there, but he's raised his average to 0.75. See if he can get another base hit. 0-1 pitch from Peralta. It's going to be our shot into left field, and left fielder will have that for the first out of the inning. And we're up here in the bottom of the 5th. Ricky Garner tripled his last time. Made led off the inning with a double, so they got a man in scoring position and nobody out. He's got an RBI triple and a walk today. Aaron Savali on the mound for the Brewers. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Garner, tapper to third base. Runner's going to have to hold, and they throw and get him at first for the first out. Now bring in Luke Grace. RBI single his last at-bat. Struck out his first time. Looking to drive in another run here. And a 1-0 pitch from Savali. Runner goes inside, throw down, and he is out. Made gunned down, trying to steal third by Pajes. See the replay. Just a great throw. Maybe if you had a bad jump or something, I don't know. Now Grace has worked the count full. Nobody on, 2 out. Here's a pitch from Savali, and it's low for ball 4. So here we go. 2-out rally going again. Now we pick it up in the bottom of the 6th, still 9-7. Shane Drohan on the mound for the Brewers. Ray Harvey leading off. First pitch is a ball. 1 for 2 with a single today. Got to get that average up. And we got a battle going on here as Harvey's worked the count full. 3-2 pitch from Drohan on the way. And inside for ball 4. So he worked a walk. There we go. He's got a walk and a single today. And Edgar Mota hits a 3-run shot to get us back on top 10-9. And they quickly tie it back up with a leadoff double, followed by a single by Volpe. And Ricky Garner will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. This 10-10 slugfest. Tobias Myers on the mound. First pitch is low. Ricky, RBI triple. He's also walked. Garner down on the count 1-2. Myers looking to punch him out to start the inning. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball second base. Scoop there. Throw to first, and there's 1 down. And coming off the bench to bat for Grace is going to be Dominic Keegan. So Grace's day is done. And the Brewers take an 11-10 lead in the top of the 8th with a sac fly. Tanner Scott on the mound now, facing Ray Harvey as he fouls that pitch off. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Harvey down on a count, 1-2. Scott looking to punch him out. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Actually out into the outfield grass. Volpe's going to race out there and have that for the second out. And the Brewers would hang on and win this game 11-10. Myers the win, Young the loss, Uribe with the save. We got to see all of our young guys get on base, sometimes multiple times on base. That was a good game for our young guys. Check the box score, just us. Santana had 2 hits. Mota with a 3-run shot. Garner, a triple, a walk, a 2-run scored, an RBI. Grace, a walk, a single, an RBI. Harvey, hit, a walk, 2 runs scored. Clausen, though, 6 runs. Espinoza, 3, did not help themselves. Bowden Francis, scoreless inning, definitely helped himself. Now our Angels travel to take on the Cincinnati Reds. I'm going to wear some throwbacks from the late 90s. You can see there with the winged A. Won't wear those very much, so we're going to wear them in spring training today. And we'll pick things up here in the top of the second inning. Scoreless game. Shane Bieber on the mound for the Reds. Ricky Garner leading things off. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ricky. It's going to be a line drive into center field, and that'll be caught for the second out. That'll bring in catcher Luke Grace. Got his average up to 246 now. First pitch to him. Right down the middle for a strike. And a big RBI in that 11-10 loss to Milwaukee. Grace down in count 1-2. He's fouled off 2 pitches in a row. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Bieber. And swing and a miss on the slider, and he strikes out the end of the inning. And now we jump to the top of the third. We flipped Ray Harvey and Denzer Guzman in the lineup, so all the rookies will bat consecutively. Here's a shot to left field by Harvey. Back to the track and caught. Oh, off the wall. I thought he caught it. Harvey's going to be on with an extra base hit. Left fielder misplays it into a double. There we go, Ray Harvey. Get heated up before we go up north with the team. See this replay. Nice low view. Thought that ball was going to get out of here. Left fielder running back, and he just misplayed it. And Denzer Guzman drives in Harvey with an RBI single. Now we jump to the top of the fourth. Nobody on, 2 out. Ricky Garner back up at the plate. Takes a strike right down the middle. These guys average up to 291. Love to see him hit another big fly, though. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a fly ball into right field, and that's going to be caught. That's Hendrick over there in right field, and that's the third out to end the inning. And the Reds tie the game on a single, a stolen base, and an RBI double. Now it's 2-1 lead as Collier drives in the run. Now we go to the top of the fifth. Leadoff hitter Luke Grace as we're down 2-1. Bieber still in the game. First pitch inside for a ball. Grace down on count 1-2. He did homer in his last game in the sim. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Bieber. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring in Ray Harvey. Doubled his first time. Just missed a home run. First pitch swinging, he fouls it off. He's got that average up to 087 now. If we can get that up closer to 200, I'd be happy. Harvey works the count even at 2. Here's the pitch from Bieber. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the same slider that he got Grace with. Nasty pitch. Edgar Mota ties it with a leadoff shot here in the 7th inning off Jeff Criswell. Just came into the game. Mate grounds out. Let's go watch Garner, Grace, and hopefully Harvey bat. All right, nobody on, 1 out. Tie ball game here in the top of the 7th. Garner takes a check swing, strike at the knees. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a line out. Garner down on a count 1-2. Here's the pitch to Ricky. Strike 3 on the inside half. Looking for something else, apparently. That's the second out of the inning. And they're going to pinch hit for Luke Grace with Dominic Keegan, so Grace is out of this game. Solo shot by Ke'Bryan Hayes makes it 3-2 Reds. And leading things off for the Angels here in the top of the 8th. It's going to be Ray Harvey looking for his first hit today. Takes a strike right down the middle from Elvis Peguero. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Peguero, and that's going to be a fly ball into right center field, drifting back, shy of the warning track. Going to have that. That's the first out of the inning. And Edgar Mota would get a 2-out double in the top of the 9th, but Jesus Mate couldn't get him in, so he dropped this game 3-2. Criswell with the win, Miller with the loss, and Chase Burns with the save. Look at the box score for us. Mota 2 hits and a home run. 1 hit for Guzman, 1 hit for Harvey, and that was it. No walks. Only 4 base runners. Good start for Medina. Good 1 inning of relief for Gonsolin. Now we travel to take on the Chicago White Sox and Hagen Smith. Made some changes to the lineup. I moved Harvey all the way up to 2, so he hits between Santana and Mota, hoping that Mota can give him some protection, give him pitches to hit. Flip Ricky Garner up the bat cleanup. We'll see how he does up there. Luke Grace stays in his spot, giving Rada the day off. And we'll see Ray Harvey with nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the 1st. First pitch swinging, grounded to the third. That's a quick at-bat. Throws the first, and there's 2 down. And both teams will go down 1, 2, 3 in the first. Now Ricky Garner's going to lead things off here in the top of the second. First pitch inside for a ball. He's hitting 281 with 1 and 7. Still sitting on that 1 home run, 7 RBI. And Ricky ahead in the count, 3-0, sitting dead red here. Here's the pitch from Smith. High, ball 4. There we go, 4-pitch walk to start the inning. That's good at-bat there off a tough lefty. And Rosario fouls with a single, so now we have 2 on and nobody out for Luke Grace. All right, Luke, big time here. Chance for an RBI early in this game. Here's the first pitch from Smith. Ripped foul down the third base line. Like him attacking that first pitch. Gotta love it. And we reset. 2 on, nobody out. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Smith. Swing and a ground ball to third. Throw to second for 1. On to first. Double play. 5-4-3. And that puts a man on third with 2 out, but kind of kills the rally. See this replay. Hooks the outside pitch right to the third baseman. But Montgomery fouls that up with an RBI single. Big 2-out hit there to make it 1-0 Angels. And the Sox would not score in the bottom half, so now we go to the top of the third. Nobody on, 2 out, and pop fly down the right field line, and first baseman's going to run over and have that as Harvey fouls out to end the inning. The Angels lead 1-0 after 2.5. And an RBI triple by Franks makes it 1-1. Edgar Mota responds with a solo shot. It's 2-1 Angels. Ricky Garner coming up. All right, Ricky. 4-pitch walk last time. See if you can get a base hit this time. Makes a strike right down the middle. Done very well so far this spring. I want to see a little more pop out of him, though, at the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's a strike at the letters in the outside corner. So he's the number 3 right field prospect, our number 6. Down on the count, 0-2. Here's Hagen Smith's pitch, and it hit him on the hip. So walks his first time, gets hit this time, so he's on base twice. And Rosario follows that up with a walk. So now, again, we have 2 men on and nobody out for Luke Grace. All right, Luke, be more patient this time. No more 5-4-3 double plays. Here's the first pitch from Smith. And he swings and misses on the splitter. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Smith. It's a fly ball into right field. Right fielder, it's going to drop in front of him. Throw comes in. Thought he was going to get to it, but it's going to be a little bloop single. And we got the bases loaded with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Benny Montgomery drove in a first run of the game with a single earlier. He walks, and now it's 3-1 Angels. Drew Thorpe comes in to pitch. Sac fly by Guzman makes it 4-1. Single by Santana. It's 5-1 with 2 on and 2 out for Ray Harvey. All right, Ray, 0 for 2. Time to get in on the hit parade here. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch from Thorpe. That's going to be fouled off. See Ray with that woeful 080 batting average. Everything resets once we start the regular season, though. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Thorpe. Right down the middle for a strike on the changeup. Harvey down 1-2. Got 2 on, 2 out. Up 5-1 here in the 4th. Big inning for the Angels. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball off the first baseman's glove. And throw to first is late. And we have the bases loaded again for Edgar Mota. We're going to stay right here and watch this at bat. Bases loaded, 2 out. Top of the 4th, Edgar at the plate, takes a strike. And Mota has worked the count full. Runners are going to be off with the pitch. 3-2 count. Here it is. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. They throw down and get him at first base. That was ball 4. So you have a huge inning as the Angels now lead 5-1. And new pitcher for the White Sox, Sebastian Francisco, facing Ricky Garner to lead things off. Here in the 5th inning, takes a strike right down the middle. Ricky, hit by pitch and walk. On base twice, looking for a first base hit. And Ricky's down on a count 0-2. Got to protect. Here's the pitch from Francisco. And it hits him on the hip. So he's walked once and been hit by a pitch twice. And Rosario walks just like he did last time up. So we got 2 men on, nobody out. Luke Grace coming to the plate for the 3rd time with 2 men on and nobody out in this game. All right, Luke, got the bloop single last time to load the bases. See if we can get one a little bit further out. Drive in 2 runs. Pitches. Ooh, strike on the corner. Nice pitch. Grace 1 for 2, hitting 246. Driven in 5 this spring. Got a battle going on here. Grace has worked the count full. 2 on, nobody out. Top of 5, up 5-1. Here's the pitch from Francisco. And broken back grounder up the first base line. Pitcher gets and misses the runner, and he's going to be on with a base hit. He should have just flipped it. They're going to give him a hit on the play. We have the bases loaded again. All right, Montgomery up with the bases loaded. Sack fly, it's 6-1. Single by Guzman, it's 7-1. Walk by Rodriguez loads the bases again for Santana. He pops up, and now it's Ray Harvey with bases loaded and 2 out. All right, Ray, this is your time to shine. Base hit will get you over 100 in the spring. Here's the first pitch from Francisco, in there for a strike. 1 for 3 with a single. Last game you watched, he got a double. The perfect time for his first professional home run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a tapper, third base, foul. Harvey's worked the count back to even at 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Francisco. And he swings and misses and strikes out to end the inning. Blew him away. Picking up here at top of the 6th, Mota led off the inning with a walk. White Sox got a run in the bottom of the 5th, so it's now 7-2 Angels. And foul ball there by Garner. He's been hit by a pitch twice and walked today. Facing the giant on the mound and Noah Schultz. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to third base. Throw to second. Oh, he pulls him off the bag, and everybody's going to be safe. Because that's going to be an E5. But Garner's on the base for his 4th time today. Going to bring in Rosario. He's got a hit and 2 walks. Strikes out. Time for Luke Grace. Grace has hit into a double play and gotten 2 singles. Every single time he's come up, there have been 2 men on. First pitch is low. Grace down on a count 1-2. 2 on, 1 out here in the 6th. Here's the pitch from Schultz. And he swings and misses at a pitch down around his ankles. Nasty sweeper, and that's the 2nd out. Then we pick it up here on the top of the 7th. Got a man on 2nd and 2 outs. Ray Harvey at the plate. And he rips one into right field, and it's going to drop in front of the right fielder. Ward coming around third. The throw comes home, and he's safe. Here we go. 2-out double by Ward. Now a 2-out single by Harvey. It's 8-4. See this replay. Just driving the ball the other way. Short hops the right fielder, and he didn't think Ward was going to go, so the throw comes in late and up the first base side. Nice slide. And we'll pick things up here at top of the 8th. 8-4 Angels. Ricky Garner at the plate. He's been on base 4 times today, which is low. He's walked, been hit by a pitch twice, and reached on an error. If you can get another rally going here to start the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And it's going to be ripped. Shortstop dives, knocks it down, and Ricky's going to be on for the 5th time today. His first hit. Definitely working his way into our starting lineup on opening day. And Dario Laverde is going to come off the bench to pinch hit for Luke Grace, so his day is done. He walks 2 on, 1 out. Pinch hit for Montgomery with Cross. Singles, it's 9-4. And Kevin Biggio is going to pinch hit for Harvey, so his day is done. And the Angels would win this game 9-6. Gonsolin with the win, Hagen Smith the loss, and Phil Perez gets the save. Check out the box score for the Angels. 2 hits for Harvey and an RBI. Ricky Garner, 1 for 2. A walk, 2 hit by pitch. Reached on an error, scored 4 times. Grace, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Mota with a home run. And there we go. Freddie had a tough inning in the 3rd, trying to get his ERA down and made it worse. And right here on the 23rd of March, we get our first home run by Ray Harvey. Goes 1 for 3 with a 2-run shot. Nellis with a home run as well. Clausen pitched well for 4 innings. And so, yeah, he didn't get shut out in spring training. Got 2 more games left against the Dodgers, and we'll get into the regular season. And we would split those 2 games against the Dodgers, winning 2 out of the last 3 against LA, the other LA. See, we finished the spring with a 16-11 record, 1 game behind the Royals for the best record in the Cactus League. Stats, Denver Guzman led the team with 27 hits, hit .329 with 19 RBI. Say he's taking that third base job and not letting go. Jesus Mate, 23 hits. Mota, 21. Ricky Garner, 21 hits. Grace had 18. Harvey down here at 8. Home runs, Mota had 6. Kalai Rosario with 5. Again, Guzman, 19. Rosario, 16. Mota, 15. Santana, 13. Steals, Santana had 4. Pinellas trying to stay in the majors. I don't think it's going to be enough. You can just go play every day down at AAA. Same thing with Jose Rodriguez. Herrera. Let me at bats. Yep. Right now he's going to I have to make a decision. I haven't quite made up my mind yet who the backup catcher is going to be. But Ricky, yeah, he definitely won a starting job this year. He'll be going north with the team. Luke Grace going to be the starting catcher. And even though it says he's cold, he got it up to 125. We are going to bring Ray Harvey to the majors. We're going to start 3 rookies on our opening day lineup. See how it goes in April and adjust from there. Pitching side, Tony Gonsolin earned a spot in the rotation. So did Bowden Francis, which means Luis Medina, Richard Duke, and George Clausen are all going back to the minors. And that's going to wrap it up for this spring training offseason episode. Hope you guys enjoyed getting to see our next batch of rookies live in action in spring training. Give you a little taste of what's going to be there for the regular season. So if you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when opening day episode goes live. And I'll see you really soon. We break in a new batch of Angels rookies and try and win the division. You guys take care. Bye-bye.